October garden. I took down the sunflowers and harvested the heads. Got 9 really good sized heads, so I'll be breaking those up. The wildflower strip is still monstrous. It's crazy. It's just going like nuts. There was the beginnings of a second crop of spinach through here. You can see I've got just a few of the littlest babies, but it's been so dry, and now it's gotten cold, and now they're getting yellowed. So yeah, I don't know that we're gonna get a second crop of spinach, but we'll see what happens. They are vastly overshadowed by the flowers that have just continued to grow and grow and grow, and cosmos that are taller than me. That's above my head, and I'm not short. My second crop of beans, we got a couple of good rounds of beans to eat out of them. Now they're petering down, so I'm just letting them go to seed so I can collect the seeds. Still got some onion, some green onion to harvest, and then I've got babies that are here. We'll keep harvesting those later this fall. Daikons, which I just pulled the first 2 baby ones, and they're looking really nice and healthy. You see where I cut back the Thai basil really hard. I just dug up a chunk of the cilantro, but I left some cilantro in here growing. Excuse the weeds. So I'll continue to harvest cilantro from the garden as long as it grows, which will probably be for another few weeks, or until we get a good freeze. But I harvested some to put in my inside herb garden too as a start, and then I'll plant some seed for midwinter cilantro. Tomatillo is just about done, but still has some tomatillos on it. That one can come in. I've made so much salsa verde, but it's been wonderful. Bell peppers, still producing. Cayenne pepper, still producing. So I'm leaving those grow for a while. We pulled the Tabasco peppers, and Dave started his Tabasco pepper ferment. And then jalapenos are still producing, so I'm gonna let them go. Probably next weekend I'm gonna do another harvest. We'll make another round of poppers. We'll be a small batch. Either that or I'll can some. The Roma tomatoes are looking pretty scraggly, but still have a few tomatoes on it, so I'm just letting them go. This was a volunteer that's been a gorgeous, gorgeous yellow grape. Really tasty, really lovely. I'm gonna collect a few of that so we have the seeds. It might still stay producing. It just depends on what the weather does here. Corn, of course, is gone. Oh, look. Little butterfly. Tomatoes looking pretty scraggly, but I'm just letting them go. You never know. I neem oiled the heck out of them this morning, and we've had years where October warms up again, and it's going to be in the 70s. So I'm letting them go. I still got lots of greens, and if for some reason it turns really cold, so you can see, I mean, we've got still tons, and some of them are still blooming, so letting them go. The cucumber's just about done, and this round of beans got harvested. These were our black beans. These were the Cherokee Trail of Tears. Sweet potatoes I'm letting go as long as possible because they were over in a spot that was just too shady this year, and we moved them about 3 weeks ago, and I'm just trying to give them as much time as possible to grow up some potatoes. This is the Petalima Red Golds. You can see they've still got a few weeks to go before we harvest those. Tore out the eggplants today. They were done, and they'll just start getting gross in the garden, and then carrots. I pulled a couple of carrots. This batch is progressing. Probably in a couple weeks they'll be better. And then this late batch will be like late October, early November. I don't know. We'll see how they grow. A couple of opal basils that are still got some stuff going on here. So it's October, but the garden is far from over. These marigolds were amazing. I'm hoping they didn't cross too badly, so I'm gonna harvest a whole bunch of these heads. If you're local and want some really nice, beautiful, tall, awesome border, they've been great for pollinators. They've just been really lovely in the garden. I'm gonna have a crap ton of these seeds, so I'm gonna spread those. And then of course this is the rest of the sweet potatoes. I know we got some babies in there, so I'm giving them as much time as possible. They're gonna stay out here until we have a freeze warning. Then we'll come out and desperately dump them quickly. But the longer I can let them go, the better chance we have a decent crop of sweet potatoes. So that's the fall garden. It's a little sparser, but I pulled in a whole lot of food that we're gonna be eating this week.